10 years ago, the Vancouver container trucking industry changed forever. With the current model of federal regulations from the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority and provincial regulation guided by the BC Container Trucking Act and enforced by the BC Container Trucking Commissioner, BC's drayage sector sees strict and arguably the most contentious policy put in place by unelected officials. Lack of oversight in the application of these regulatory requirements, not seen anywhere else in the world, has drastically shifted the landscape of container trucking in Vancouver and arguably Canada's entire supply chain. Join us as we explore industry experiences navigating these challenges.
In order to protect the livelihood of this interviewee, PTAtv has used AI editing to alter the interview to hide their identity. None of the actual interview content was changed.
Hi everyone, welcome back to PTAtv. Today we have Harmon, a dispatcher for a local Vancouver drayage company with us. Harmon, how long have you been in your job?
I have been here for around 2 years. Yeah.
And I know today we've heard from a lot of our PTA members it's been a challenging day for dispatch. What are some of the things you faced?
Yeah, so the thing is that since I started working today morning, there were a lot of issues already in there before even I came, right? So first, foremost, it's at FSD. So Fraser Surrey Dock, their system was down, so I had a driver there for 9 a.m. appointment, and he couldn't get in up until I guess around 11. And then once finally he gets in, they said that the system is not working, even though they held everybody in the line. And they didn't send out any email to the community that there's some issue there and you should send your drivers up here so that they get stuck, right? So I send my drivers there. He's able to do a draw, but is not able to do a pickup because in the system they can't see any location for any pickup. So ultimately he came out with the chassis without a can and wasted around maybe 3 hours there, which puts me behind throughout my day. And then I have another driver at Centrum Terminal, which is in Vancouver, and even there's a gas leak and something happening over there. So first they sent out an email to the community that there's been a gas leak, so they are locking everybody out and everybody should wait in their truck and go wait around the wherever that area they have is, right, for any emergencies. And then they sent another email out that everything is good now and you can proceed with the pickup. And like now I have another email in my email folder that things are back to where they were this morning. So now even that guy is just stuck there in the staging area. He can move out, he can go in. So I lost 2 drivers. And then on top of this, let's say if I ask any of the ports for an extra appointment for all the stress that has caused, right? They will not help it out. They said that, yeah, this is what it is, and you should just keep looking in the appointment calendar and everywhere and figure it out yourself. And yeah, usually they don't help out. Yeah, that's what it is.
So all the terminals, we've got Fraser Surrey and Centrum owned by DP. You've got trucks held up with them. Were those trucks meant to do other appointments at GCT terminals, Delta Port or Banterm?
Yes, they were meant to do other appointments, but now since they're stuck, I have to change my plans and get some basically modifications to the reservations, but they don't even help with that. That's another big issue here.
So there's no leeway if your truck is stuck due to another terminal. You're on your own.
No, they
You
don't
just spend
have
all
to.
day
No.
looking for new reservations in the system.
Yeah, it's basically like I guess they just have an you see like how the automated emails are set up that anytime you email them, doesn't matter how long your email is and what you are trying to explain, they just come back with a set email, which is always like, oh, monitor for more reservations, right? Like that is the only job I have to do here all day, so that I sit on the screen and look for more reservations and get them when they are available. But I can do that, of course, right?
No, you're dispatching, you're conveying this information to your customers. How have
Yeah.
your customers taken today? I'm assuming a lot of them did
So
not get their
yeah,
containers as planned.
so most of them, I guess by now they are almost familiarized with how the ports work around here in Vancouver. So, but still, they don't. They had to make too many arrangements to accept this maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever these cans will be released. For example, so the one can I was picking up is for a company who, and that company has to get lumpers in every morning, and I have to tell them like what time the can will be there, and they basically plan it according to my reservation times, right? So the lumpers are already there. They are calling me non-stop and asking with the can as, and I don't have an ETA for them because port hasn't updated me about any of it. And yeah, they just have to let go of their lumpers now, but now they have those lumpers will bill them out. So it's a lot of problem for them. It's a lot of problem for me with the waiting time and everything. So yeah, that's what happened here.
So that cost just keeps going down the
Yeah,
line
that
every
that
time.
cost just
Yeah.
keep going down. Yeah. Plus, moreover, so I received an email this afternoon that Ventrum GCT, a port of GCT that is Ventrum in Vancouver, has cancelled their gate, and I had almost 7 appointments booked for tomorrow, which were for afternoon shift. I already planned my guys out. I already figured out their hours, how they're gonna work, and everything. And I see this afternoon they just cancelled the gate. So now I have to get all of them in for a different time, and then after planning all of that out, then you get back to the customer, and even customer is really frustrated because all those cans will be in detention for return already, even though they have not been picked up from port. They belong to MSC, which who and that is shipping line who charge from the date of discharge, right? So those cans were discharged around, I guess, 8th or 9th December, and by the time we pick them up, they will already be in the detention. So ports don't care about that at all. Yeah, because whenever I email them, they say that they have their own issues to deal with and they cannot deal with this.
So it feels like everybody's kind of running independently and not taking anybody else's issues into concern. And at the end of the day, Canadians are the ones who are stuck paying all the extra costs by the time you add it all together.
Oh yeah, that's completely right because I see every day this is what is happening around here. Customers just have to pay a lot of charges. I think even in the, like just in the last week, we paid around maybe 15,000 in storage charges already at different ports, right?
Wow.
So that doesn't make sense, but it is how it is in Canadian ports, unfortunately. Yeah.
What does that mean for you, for your job? That's a lot to take in a day. You've got angry customers, you've got drivers whose dispatches are moving around like crazy. How much stress is that for you?
Oh, that is a lot of stress for sure because even though when I'm at home, I am actually not at home. I have to take this job and all the time I'm just thinking that what is going to happen the next day, right? Because no matter how much planning I do, it all depends on the ports. So once they open the next day, they can change anything as per their own will, right? And then I have to change my plans according to them. Sometimes I'm even actually here up until late night just figuring these things out, even though as per my job and all my plans, I was set to leave in the evening, right? But then things as the things go and then this and I have to plan other things out between that. So it's basically a lot of planning, right? So when that planning doesn't go my way, I have to spend extra time to do the same planning again, which is not even beneficial for our company, right? That is just X amount of work. We cannot even charge back to anybody, right? And this is, of course, this is stressful because even when I talk with my family and my friends, we just talk about this, and even they see that how much stress it is to be in this job. Yeah, to be honest, like when I joined here, and as planner and everything. So I was not thinking that this is how this industry runs. And but now after being here for like almost 3 years, I will surely plan things out another way and we'll see if I can get another opportunity anywhere where there's less stress on the job. It's too stressful here. Yeah.
That's sad. I mean, you enjoy the company you work for other than the stress that the ports put on you?
Oh yeah, I love the company I work for, and it's all good here. The administration, everything is good here. It's just the stress that port causes because most of my work is related to port, and if they don't do what they were supposed to do, then it makes me life and my job way harder than it is. Yeah.
That's too bad. So if the ports worked a little bit more in sync with drayage companies, do you think that would benefit
Yeah, that would
your job
benefit
and the drivers?
yeah, that would benefit everybody, I guess, because then we can plan our things according to the customers, the port, and even our driver hours, right? So you see, like it's very challenging because when I don't know what the next day is going to be, I cannot plan my drivers accordingly because they have set a limit on their hours, like how many hours they can work legally without burning out, right? So so for example, let's say I'm on today and I booked all my daytime appointments. So now let's say they have canceled their night gate, so they have added a night gate tomorrow. But all my guys that were working today, if they were supposed to be working late today and then come to work tomorrow morning at another time, right? So I booked my reservations according to that. But now, since they have cancelled the gate, I have to move those reservations to another day, which adds to the workload plus all the stress that it causes. And now I have to, and basically I can go out and hire more drivers, right? So, for just a day. And it happens every day, so there's no plan. It's just I go in the dark without a torch. That's what it is. It's it's
It sounds
surprising every day. Yeah,
chaotic.
it's full of surprises. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
I
there's
know
no plan.
you mentioned driver burnout. How do you feel? Do you get burnt out? Are you ready for a break? Are you ready for some change from the terminals or?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to look for something that can actually help release this burnout a little bit, right? Because even though when if drivers are stuck at terminals overnight and they have nobody to help them out, they will of course look back at me, right? So they still try to not communicate with me at that time, but when they don't have any choice, they get back to me. So I sometimes even have to like answer their calls at midnight, right? And this wouldn't be the case if ports operate on their regular business hours and I can plan my days accordingly. Let's say I wake up at 12 p.m. and then I work up until 8 p.m. That's all good with me, right? But then when I
Mhm.
wake up at 7 according to my day and then that day changes spontaneously, right, or whatever it is, so then I don't have a plan for myself. It's just that I come in and I don't know when I will go home. That's it.
It's hard on family life.
Oh yeah, it is hard on family life, of course, yeah, because it's of course since before this job I was always giving some time to my family and everybody, but right now I even they keep calling me and asking, oh, where are you? Because I keep giving them wrong ETAs like Port gives us because of ports, of course. So I don't have any choice, right? I have
Yeah.
to attend to my work. I have to make sure that all my drivers are taken care of. That is my part of the job. And no matter what Port does, I have to be honest to my job and do it with the utmost dedication you can see, like as long as I'm working here, of course.
You're a good dispatcher for putting that dedication in there for your company and your drivers.
Oh,
Sure,
yes, I
very
try.
appreciated.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share before we close out?
I guess that's all for now. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Harmon.
this. Yeah. Thanks for listening me out. Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.